Adele is back in the news.
Joyous.
I brought this up because you and me talked to Adele last time more. Miracle's like, I don't really care much about Adele.
She's like, that Tom Cruise and Adele, we're just over that.
I'm so over it right now.
Miracle's like, throw me a bone here. So it says, Adele's Las Vegas residency may not go forward at all. I feel like there's like millions of dollars just disappearing from like the contract disputes that have to come from that, right?
Gosh.
To reach the as Caesar's Palace and Live Nation tried to reach deal with singer over various disputes after furious row. Again, this is the Daily Mail with designer. I will always point that out whenever I see stuff like that. It says it's like with saying
he's saying Daily Mail because it's a British publication,
and they use the word row, and they threw it in the bin. Live Nation and Caesar's Palace are allegedly struggling to strike a deal with Adele fast enough to save her Las Vegas residency. Adele dramatically withdrew from her 3-month engagement at Caesar's Palace just hours before her first show. How does this make it to hours before the first show before it starts?
Well, because you can start saying hours, like you say days before, but then it's like if it's under 24, technically it's hours.
So like how is this even a thing that like something with this much money riding on it ends up being a problem, and now it might not happen at all? Like, can you imagine, like, at least look at it from their perspective. Now she's going to look utterly unreliable forever.
Yeah.
For a place like this. Like, maybe she can go do her concerts. You know, she'll do her tours again. That'll be fine. But for a thing like this where residency at, like, a hotel, that's, like, a prestigious thing to do. There's a list down here of, like...
I know it is prestigious, but also I think of it as someone who has sort of, like... peaked in their touring.
That's what I thought.
And so like in some ways, like maybe she doesn't want to kind of send that signal that she has like not peaked or plateaued. She's not that old. But like it's something you do when you have like a cult following of fans who will regularly turn up to see you. Or like, is it Billy Joel who was in residency at Madison Square Garden for like a long time? Like he's older, he doesn't want to travel all the time.
It lists the top 10 residencies at this hotel, right? Or like Las Vegas residencies of all time, and the money they make for it. And Celine Dion is number 1 and number 2 for different tours at $385 million from 2003 to 2007 at Caesars. $296 million from 2011 to 2019.
But is that probably all after? Like she has a cult following. She's like, there are people who love her music.
She was already
traveled to see her, and she has passed her touring. Like I think of like peak touring time for artists, for musicians, as like when they are still capitalizing on the momentum that their growing fan base has.
Celine Dion's first tour dates or like residency dates was 2003. My Heart Will Go On was well out of the cycle
right
by that period. I would say Adele is still in a good, I guess not really.
Disagree. I just think one of the challenges,
Rolling in the Deep was like 2012.
Yeah, I think she's already peaked in terms of touring. I'm not saying creatively or anything like that, but also her album, which people were excited about, stumbled. It didn't have the same, it didn't capitalize on the same build.
And now she doesn't have the leverage she thought she would. I almost feel bad for her in a way.
But also, she's older now. She has a kid. Like maybe being in residency somewhere is nice for her because it gives stability to the rest of her life. Yep. Same with Celine Dion.
Yep. Britney Spears was like, she's on this list as well as number 4, 137 million at Planet Hollywood. I forgot Planet Hollywood was even a thing. It says, however, Caesar's Palace are unsure whether a satisfactory deal with Adele is possible at all amid the various disputes, sources in their camp said. The resort is aiming to strike a deal with Adele early enough that she will be able to begin performing in the middle of 2022. So we're talking like 6 months on the mic.
Oh, hello, sir.
Yes. He's a nice guy. Meanwhile, Adele's Las Vegas casino set has been packed up and shipped off-site from the Coliseum after she pulled out of the residency. The set Fire to the Rain singer tearfully announced that she just ain't ready last week. I mean, I wonder if how much of it is like a very, very passionate artist that just doesn't want to settle for less and now like is willing to like burn it all down, like to let it all go because it's not exactly
like if she has to put her
standards.
name on it, she wants it to be top quality.
I can respect that.
Yeah, I can
like
too.
I can't respect. I guess it's the same. Am I really going to feel bad for a gazillion-dollar enterprise casino? I'm as pro-capitalism as the next guy, but
and like if it falls apart, like let's say her team has disputes with, is it Caesar's Palace who's hosting her? Yep. If someone else in Las Vegas is like, we'll work it out. Well, you can come here, or like if she's like, I couldn't do it, so I'm going on tour. Like depending on how she pivots, or if this residency is like a product that she's now bidding out to other venues, like it will sort of see what comes next, and we might get more information about why it's falling apart, because I feel like it's still pretty vague, right?
Very, very, very vague. And then there's all this other stuff coming out. I found this article. It's like Adele holed up with Rich Paul after volatile romance added to Vegas drama. It's like she can't win, man. Like I almost feel bad for her. It's Adele has been holed up with her boyfriend Rich Paul after their volatile relationship allegedly contributed to the cancellation of her Vegas residency. Again,
her relationship is volatile, or is allegedly volatile, or
they're volatile.
Do we know that for sure?
That's why I said allegedly. We don't know for sure. After she dramatically canceled her dates at Caesar's Palace, causing an outcry from fans who spent thousands on tickets, the singer went straight to the NBA manager's Beverly Hills home and has remained there ever since. Insiders say that the pair have been trying to fix things, and Paul is helping renegotiate the contract with the Vegas casino. I guess having like a man, like what do they call it?
He's management.
He's management in the NBA, so he knows a thing or two about contracts.
Yeah.
A source knows that the 33-year-old musician told Page Six she and Rich have been fighting, and their relationship was volatile before she canceled her dates. So she's got personal issues. Like I do feel bad. Like I said, if it's about her in the hotel, I can feel bad for the hotel having to scramble and do all this stuff, but I have more of I guess it's easier to connect with a single individual who, like, she recently got divorced. She did all this work to change her physical image, and she got flack for that. Like, it feels like she can't win right now. Like...
No wonder if it's a question of just stop, like, if you're going to change so much about yourself and be rejected repeatedly by this industry, like, why don't you turn to your team? And I hope you have trusted people in your corner that you can be like, well, then I don't want to participate in it this way. Like, what's something different that I can do? You know what I mean? And it seems like right now she's stuck fighting this system that she doesn't seem satisfied with anyways.
Yeah.
She's maybe like in the early days, the art necessarily came first because her image played a lot of that, right? She was not looked at as like the typical image of what Hollywood beautiful or like celebrity beautiful was, and that helped her in a lot of ways because it set her apart from the crowd. And now she feels better about herself physically, and but the art isn't keeping up the way it did before, and that's maybe struggling, and she's struggling to find a way to fit both of them into how she portrays herself to the public and through this industry now. And that can't be an easy thing to navigate in an industry as complex and multifaceted as this, which is whatever you feel about what the music is as it comes out, so many layers go into creating these productions that I can't imagine that it's very easy to handle when you're now effectively both a performer and a businesswoman.
Do you think we'll ever get like a full-on like Hulu treatment documentary of like, here is why this went wrong?
Maybe, because they did that for Fyre Fest.
For what?
Fyre Fest.
What's that?
You remember the one with where basically they asked people to pay tickets, and it was supposed to be on
Ja Rule?
Yeah.
The ham sandwich thing,
like a festival with all your favorite influencers or celebrities.
Yeah, and it was going to be on a private island.
Yeah, and it just ended up being
it was terrible, and like they already have a documentary on Hulu for that, and then
they did the Astroworld one too that got pulled.
That.
So like Hulu's cornering the market on, like, if you're a musician,
you have an event that goes wrong, we're all over it.
You're like, if you're a musician and Hulu comes to you, run. They don't want to make you look good, man. So that they had Astroworld, they had, what was it called, Fyre Fest. They have the Janet Jackson thing. They have now they're going to eventually do Adele and everything else that goes wrong.
They did the Britney one also.
Hulu's like,
they're like, we know what people now want to watch.
Some fantastic executive sat down one day and he's like, we're going to corner the market on just awful PR.
Well, and it's like when a YouTuber makes a video like explaining the drama between two other YouTubers, right? Like there's this industry for like one place you can go to be like, what are all the aspects of this thing? Yeah. Because I don't have time to look through the internet for it, but also I want to be well-rounded enough to discuss this with my coworkers.
I want to at least be able to have water cooler discussion. That's basically what we do here. We should put a big water cooler Right.
Oh, that should be our segment, water cooler discussions.
Do you know like Zach Galifianakis, I think, had that show Between Two Ferns?
Between Two Ferns.
And ours would be like around the water cooler.
That's perfect. We should do that.
That's cute. I love that idea. We
should
should pitch that idea.
Well, technically, we're doing it. All we have to do is just put a damn.
Just need a water
We just
cooler.
need a water cooler.
I'd be happy
here.
to have like a water cooler behind.
Do you want to go to
my
Walmart
thing.
later and get one?
We could we get sponsored by the Culligan Man. That'd be
Yeah.
fantastic. They have Culligan out here. I have no idea if that's.
I don't know what that is. So
I don't know
It's
what
like
that
a water
is.
delivery service.
Oh,
in Minnesota.
no,
that's
that's a straight up Minnesota thing. I've heard of this, but I
Okay.
didn't know that was called.
But
Yes.
they do have like a water service.
Yeah, you can have water delivered.
It's not the- it's
Yeah,
like
my
different.
mom does it, but I don't know if it's under that company.
Okay, well, maybe that was me. It's the beauty of the internet age, man. You just learn something new every day, like all these things. So I feel bad for her in a way. I know Keith Urban. Yeah, it says right here, Keith Urban took over her tour dates. I didn't know he was still so big. It says it comes. It says it says, well, she promised fans the dates would be rescheduled, blaming COVID for sudden cancellation. That was what this was about originally. Was how COVID has been the go-to excuse for literally everything. It says tractor trailers parked outside the Coliseum were loaded up with tech equipment and set pieces before being driven off site on Thursday. Imagine being the person who built that whole set and they're just like, take it down. It comes as country music
Well,
singer.
especially since like a Vegas residency set stays in place, whereas like a touring set is built to come apart and be reassembled.
Yeah, so it's like they built it and they're like,
And then they're like, do we take it apart? Like, do we destroy it or do we keep it so we could put it back together if this thing works out?
I don't know, man.
That's what I mean by like, I would love to know if she is in talks with a different venue to like have her act go somewhere else.
Could
like
be,
if it's
maybe.
a problem with the venue or if it's a problem on her team, or like where, you know.
The other venue offers her more creative control and maybe personnel that that they give her a guarantee will be more accommodable. That's not a
Accommodating.
Word. Did I say accommodable?
Yes.
Thank you. More accommodating and better at helping bring her vision to life, perhaps.
Yeah.
That like if I was an executive for one of these strip hotels that are literally in constant competition. I mean, that's an ambitious thing to kind of go and approach and try to make happen, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Would you go see Adele?
We already had a discussion. Would I go to a concert? Not really.
Like if you were in Vegas already, would you go see Adele?
Would you go to Vegas? That's my real question.
Vegas is not that interesting to me because I don't really gamble, but apparently in this house, like I have a good poker face when it comes to poker.
Yeah, Miracle is extremely good at poker.
Yeah, but I don't gamble. That's the irony too. Like
So you could beat Adele at poker, I think.
What about like
could.
to go to Vegas to like go to the clubs and be young and all those kind of things?
but
they
I'm
have a lot of restaurants and shopping. Like I don't know, there's other
but
stuff in
I'm
Vegas.
old. I don't want to go to the clubs.
Old. That's true. I never wanted to go to the clubs. And
I
still don't want to go to the clubs.
I didn't want to go to the club. So when I turned 21 in Japan, my friend Caleb, he was like, he was in the mainland of Japan just for like vacation, and he wanted to go to the club, and I'm like, I don't want to go to a club. So he went to a Japanese club that's known for like their ironic names because you can find each one in different province because they're numbered. I forgot what the full name is, but each number below it had like either a alien for the movie Aliens or a
That's kinda
predator. And like
Funny.
inside was like fully like fake gold. It was like mirrors everywhere.
Okay, the alien predator thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, like you can find it. It's like really weird. Like one of them, so the alien one, no, the predator one was right next to a bar.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.